This man was owned by another man. He could be sold or crippled on a bad afternoon, and by one old account, that is exactly how he got his ruined leg. He owned one thing, the judgment behind his own eyes. And here is the part that should bother you. That made him freer than the people holding the whip. His name was Epictetus, and centuries later the sons of senators paid to sit on his floor. Let me show you the tool he used. Meet Epictetus. Born a slave around the year 55, property of a secretary who worked for the Emperor Nero. On paper, a piece of household equipment, and yet his owner let him study philosophy, and one day set him free. Exiled, he taught in a small Greek town, and the future rulers of Rome came to learn from him. Up front, no incense, no mysticism. This is an engineering manual for your own head, written by a man who built it in chains. 7 tools, each with a move you can run today. Pick up your gear. Lesson 1. A meeting, and the boss decides today is the day he makes an example of you. Voice up. Everyone watching, a mistake blown to 3 times its size. Your face is already going hot, and a defense is loading in your throat. Half of it is unfair, and that changes nothing. The room is his. The heat climbing your throat is not. Epictetus said every event comes with 2 handles, and only one of them will let you carry it. One handle here. My boss humiliated me unfairly in public. Grab that one, and you are dragging it home for a week. The other handle. A frightened man raised his voice, and one line in it was a fair note about my work. That handle has a grip. Same event. The first burns your hand. The second, you can actually pick up. The move. The second the heat hits, name both handles before you answer. Out loud, in your head. Handle 1, the insult. Handle 2, the one usable fact. Reach for handle 2, on purpose. Which handle you carry out the door is the part that was always yours. Field tested by a man his master could beat, on a mind his master could not touch. Approved for the next meeting that goes sideways. But a stranger with a keyboard is worse, because you invite him in. Lesson 2. You post a photo you are quietly proud of. Then one comment from a name you have never met. 3 words, engineered to cut. Within a minute, you have written and deleted 4 replies. The comment section does not care. It never met you and never will. Here's the tool. Epictetus insisted it is not things that wound us, but our own judgment of them. The 3 words on the screen are just ink. What hurts is the sentence you added underneath, in your own voice. So it's true. Everyone can see it. An insult is only a claim. It becomes a wound the moment you sign for it as delivered. The move. Before you fire back, give it 30 seconds and reread the comment as a claim, not a sentence. In those 30 seconds, ask one thing. Is this true, useful, or just loud? If it is loud, do not sign for it. Let it sit there unreceived. 9 times in 10, the reply you did not send is the one you would have paid to take back by morning. That handles the small stings. Now for something you actually saved up for. Lesson 3. You spent a year saving for one trip. Bags by the door, then the board flips. Cancelled. No refund worth the name. Or the deposit you scraped together for a flat, gone to someone who bid an hour before you. The schedule does not care. It never signed your plan. Epictetus grew up owning nothing, so he saw the trick early. Never say, I lost it, he taught. Say, I gave it back. The trip, the flat, the money were on loan the whole time, from a world that keeps the receipt. You do not lose the borrowed cloak when the owner asks for it. You just stop pretending it was yours to keep. Everything you hold, you are only holding. The move. When something you counted on falls through, change one verb. Not, I lost the trip, I returned it. Then write the one line that survives. What is still mine here? The week is still mine. The savings habit is still mine. The plan died. What it trained in you did not. A canceled trip is a small return, though. Some parts get handed to you without a choice at all. Lesson 4. The promotion goes to the man who talks in meetings, not the one who does the work. And you already know which one you are. Or the reorg lands and hands you a role nobody asked you if you wanted. It feels like being cast, badly, in a play you did not audition for. One of you is thinking, easy for a philosopher to talk about accepting your role. Fair. This philosopher was born a slave and never picked one circumstance of his life. Objection noted. Objection overruled. Remember, you are an actor in a play, he said. Someone else picks whether it runs short or long and which part you get. Your whole job is to play the part you were handed well. Beggar or official, the casting was never your department. The acting always is. The move? Take the role you did not want and answer one question tonight in writing. What would playing this part well actually look like this week? 3 lines, no more. The dull job, played with full attention, becomes the reference nobody can argue with. You do not get to pick the part. You get to be the reason it is done right. But a bad part is nothing next to a locked door. That is the one people break on. Lesson 5. The email lands. Pay cut. Across the board. Effective next month. You did the work, the number drops anyway, and there is no appeal button. The walls press in. It feels like a room with no door. Epictetus taught that the door is always open. He meant it plainly. They can chain your leg, they cannot chain your choice. His own owner reportedly broke his leg, and the story goes, he said, calmly, "You will break it." When it snapped, "There, I told you." Not a trick of pretending it did not hurt. A man locating the exact border of what they could reach. They took the leg. The one who decided how to stand on it stayed his. The move, draw the border in writing tonight. 2 columns. What did they actually take and what did I hand over on top by panicking? The pay is theirs to cut. Your next skill, your search, your face at the dinner table are not on their side of the line. Take back the 2nd column tonight in one sitting. The next tool runs deep, so we do the opposite of the instinct. We go quiet. Lesson 6. You have just learned a few of these tools, and you can already feel it, the urge to announce it. Tell the group chat you are stoic now. Correct someone mid-argument with a quote. Win the point in public and collect the nod. The itch is the trap. Epictetus shut that down cold. Never call yourself a philosopher, he said. And do not lecture the crowd on your principles. Act on them. Sheep do not bring the shepherd grass to prove how much they ate. They show the wool. Announce your calm, and you have spent it. Digest it in private instead. Then people just meet the result. Someone who did not take the bait today. The move? For one full day, run every tool silently. No quoting, no correcting anyone. Walk away from one fight you could have won. Let the result be the only statement you make. I failed this one for the record. I once explained my calm to a room, at length. The room was not impressed. Show the wool. Do not read out the recipe. One tool left, and it is the reason the powerful trusted a former slave. Lesson 7. The serious one. Something stops you cold. An injury, an illness, a diagnosis that closes a door you assumed would always stay open. Your plan for your life meets a body with its own opinion. For a while, the body wins. Epictetus spent his whole life on a leg that did not work, and here is the sentence he built on it. Sickness is an impediment to the body, but not to the will, unless the will consents. It can stop the leg, the trip, the career you drew. It cannot reach the part of you that decides how to meet it. Not a cure. The border, held under the worst pressure there is. And if it is heavier than a hard week, that is not a tool, that is a professional. Know the difference. A gentle move. Tonight, name one thing the setback did not touch. Say it plainly, out loud. It can take the plan. It did not take who I am while I answer it. Small. Some evenings, that one sentence is the whole win. So do it, tonight. Let's pack the kit. Grab the handle you can carry. Refuse to sign the impression. Return what was only on loan. Play the part you were given, well. Find the open door. They get the leg, not the will. Show it, do not announce it. And when the body is stopped, hold the last border. 7 tools, 0 mysticism. Field tested by a man who owned nothing but his own judgment. The boss, the schedule, the comment section never cared. The algorithm still does not care. The difference is, starting tonight, you own the only vote that was ever yours. Epictetus died an old man around the year 135, free in the school he built from nothing. He never wrote a word of this down. A student named Arian copied the lectures, and that is the only reason you heard any of it tonight. A man born as someone's property left the powerful on how to be free. He had no house to leave. He left the one thing that had always been his. It isn't lecture hall philosophy. It's field gear issued from a cell. Freedom was never the absence of chains. Epictetus wore them and stayed free. Plenty of free men are owned by a paycheck, a comment, a Tuesday they cannot control. The one border that was always yours runs right behind your own eyes, what you make of what happens. They can reach almost everything else. They were never able to reach that. Homework is one line. Pick a single tool, just one, and run it for a day. Then come back tomorrow and report in the comments what changed, and subscribe. Next, we sit down with Seneca, a man who wrote about the simple life while being the richest man in Rome. We have a few questions about that.